Morning, here's a reading. I pulled out my pocket deck here, and there's a card missing out of it, which I'm sure is on my desk at home. This is the card that's missing from my deck. It's interesting. Moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. Why is moth missing? I feel like we're trying to avoid confronting a situation that is requiring us to be looking at it so that we can heal and grow. And we're resisting it because it's difficult. It's not easy, as growth and change is never easy. But we're trying to almost hide it away so that we don't have to confront it. And the thing is, like, it's up, it's come up, and you know it's here to be looked at. Like, this is, my sense is there has been a pattern around this particular issue that you have been jumping from thing to thing to thing to thing and keeping yourself busy and occupied to avoid facing and confronting. And you're now at this point where you're in a very heavy state of resistance against trying to make that change, but you're also now feeling resistance from everything around you. It's time to heal, basically. You can't ignore this anymore. This is pain that comes from your past. This is pain that comes from a situation that happened, that you keep this peacock in this spread here is just looking back and is just looking back at the past with this wide eyes, never quite able to understand the situation and everything that fell apart. You've been sitting on this, not necessarily having the necessary perspectives to really do that, and so it's still very, very much impacting you every day. You may not think about it, you may have pushed it down, but it's underneath all of this. Now is the time. When things start to come up to heal like that, you know, we can either resist them and we will watch ourselves continue to spiral down and everything around us fall apart in that wonderful tower moment until we finally get it. But we don't have to get to that point where everything has to fall apart. I think you're trying. Your present situation is here crossed with butterfly. I feel like you know things need to change. You definitely do. You want to try. You're really frustrated. You don't know what to do. And I want to remind you that this isn't something you have to figure out all on your own. People that you can bounce ideas off of, who will listen to you openly and honestly and not judgmentally, because they care about you and they love you and they want you to grow and be a better person, because that's what love is. You know, when somebody really makes a conscious effort to be a part of your life to help you grow and change, that's love. So underneath all of this right now is a mouse. And mouse energy is honestly a lot like moth, in the sense that it's always wanting, it's doing. Moth is always jumping from thing to thing to thing to thing. Mouse, once you're in that thing, is really focused on it and really just doing it to do it. And the problem with this, when you get so focused on this or that or this or that, to, you know, the exclusion of the relationships and friendships and stuff in your life, you spend more time connecting with details than with people. And then you're going to miss the important details of the people in your life that you need to be focusing on, not necessarily all this other stuff that you're trying to keep yourself occupied by. You can only run so long. You can only keep yourself occupied for so long. You know, when we have issues and healing and stuff that needs to come up and be processed, you can't dodge it. You can't avoid it. You can't, you know, decide in your mind that it didn't hurt you after the fact. You still have to acknowledge what happened in that moment. You still have to process those feelings. And you have to integrate that, and you can't do that by pushing it away or burying it or trying to cope with it by doing other things. Moving forward, crocodile, inner work, wait, rest, consider. Crocodile came up in the last reading too. It is about, coming back inside, finding stillness, finding slowness, because it is in the slowness and that space that you're finally going to create room for those things to come up to be processed. But you have to make the space for them, and you have to say to yourself, I can't do it like this anymore. I need to make the space for these things so that I can deal with it and keep moving forward in my life instead of just spinning my wheels trying to stay busy so that I don't feel these things anymore. This is what's above you. This is golden egg, which is all about the heart chakra. This is your heart. Butterfly tends to deal with love and relationships too. So, and this isn't just like, oh, I like someone and I got hurt and blah, 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 blah. No, this is bigger than that. This is fundamental in the way that you are approaching and managing relationships in your life, particularly on an intimate level, on a love level. There's a healing that needs to happen in your heart right now, and you're aware of it, and it keeps coming up. And you keep butting up against it and trying to go around it, and you can't go around it anymore. We're going to do one more here. Just some advice here. See what happens. Oh. You're going to need to feel these feelings, but you're going to need to feel these feelings so that you can clear your mind to really deal with this stuff. Your perspective on things is kind of clouded right now, because what you're seeing and what you're experiencing, what you think is happening, your perception is really heavily clouded by this old emotion that has been stuffed down in all the wrong places and is now starting to ooze out. Be gentle with yourself and take time, okay? Find those loving people around you who are willing to listen and hold space for you without trying to fix things or cast judgment. Let yourself have a good cry, because I feel like there's just this it's almost like a hyper arousal. There's a high energy of just going. I want you to remember something too. When you are constantly going and busy, you're not just blocking processing things, you're also blocking joy. You're blocking fun. You're blocking enjoyment, because you're in a state of constantly trying to escape suffering. So you're not allowing that joy to enter your life. Be open to some inner work this week, this month. Be open to working with others to gain some perspectives that you just cannot get in touch with on your own. And do this for yourself to bring some more joy back into your life. I love you. Bye.